Welcome back to Brands Hatch after the opening race of the weekend at the title decider here for the final round of the season. And on the podium in third place for Honda Racing UK is Tommy Bridewell. Tommy, that was a really difficult race, and it was fair to say everyone were really challenged by the conditions, but it must feel good to be on the podium, taking third place, and with just 1 point now between you and Kyle going into tomorrow's two final races.
No, honestly, it was hard because any race in the wet over 20 laps is always hard. It's in the wet conditions. It's not the physical side. It's the keeping your focus. You don't ever get any margin to make a mistake if you clip a white line, if you brake a bit too hard, if you run wide or whatever. There's no margin for mistake. So I knew I needed to get away. We got a new swing arm this weekend, and it was a mega guess. Is a calculated guess setup from the team, if you like, for the bike. But the bike was working great, and I just knew I needed to get away with the front guys. Ryan's great in the wet, and so is Danny. And I thought, you know what, if I can hang on to them, hopefully they'll pull me along, and whoever else comes has got good pace. And if they can't, they can't. So it was nice to see on my pit board. I had like an 8.5 second gap. Just the last 5 laps, when the track started drying out, just started to spin up a little bit. And in truth, no discredit to these guys. They were riding phenomenal, but it's just where the Yamaha's a little bit more docile, that it kind of chugs along, if you like. But I'm happy, honestly. Them conditions are so easy to make a mistake. We didn't make a mistake. We went in 4 points behind. We've come out of it 1 point behind. So a 3 point gain is better than no point. And it sets up tomorrow real nice, because to be honest, in the dry, I feel like the bike's working really well. I feel great on the bike, and I feel like I can really just attack. So I'm excited, which is strange when there's so much at stake, but I'm excited to get it underway, and may the best man win.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
And back on the podium in second for MG Gorilla Yamaha Racing, it's Ryan Vickers. Ryan, another great race from you. You started from pole position, you initially led, Danny then came past you, and the gap between you kind of did fluctuate a bit. Talk us through it and how you feel after that race, please.
Yeah, pretty happy. It's always a bit of a disheartening one when you don't win, and obviously that's what we're here to do. So it's one of those. But Danny had a slightly better bike underneath him, and was able to get a little bit more out than I was. I got away nice, and sort of made a mistake on the first lap, but I managed to keep the lead. I could tell that I'd pulled a bit of a gap straight away. I guess that just that I didn't hear many bikes behind me except from lap 1. So that was mission accomplished, as in the sense of just get away, get out of trouble, and just try and find a really good rhythm. It was so difficult. The track is so difficult at the moment. The grip level changes so dramatically between the new tarmac and the old tarmac. So we're just trying to figure out where the limit is. I did that. I was on the limit, but I just had 2 corners that Danny was a lot stronger than me, especially the exit, the last corner. It was a really good race. Happy to bring home P2. I was a bit worried when Tommy was climbing me back midway part through that race. I was thinking, he's obviously riding really strong, and I noticed at the end that we was just a little bit stronger. We managed to pull that gap back out to 3 seconds on the last lap, and I could chill out. Danny was gone, so I just maintained the gap to him. I was stronger in areas, but just weren't able to put together enough of the lap to be able to close to manage to pass. I was really happy. Kyle said to me on the night that he got P4, so that's a good job from him. Those conditions are so tricky, so easy to make a big mistake, and I wouldn't want to be in that position in doing a race like that when you're fighting for a championship. It'd make it a lot more risky.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
And becoming a Bennetts BSB race winner here in the opening race of the weekend at Brands Hatch McCams Racing Yamaha, it's Danny Kent. Danny, we've spoken so many times this season of how you've come so close. Your 100th race start, how good does it feel? And talk us through the emotion of finally getting that ticked off the list.
Yeah, it feels amazing. I've waited all year to get this first win. Firstly, I just want to say a massive thank you to McCams Racing, everyone involved for giving me this opportunity. Without those guys, I wouldn't have been able to get today's win. It felt like a really long race in those conditions. Yeah, and I felt really good on the bike. Team gave me a mega bike. Then towards the end, I saw on my pit board that Ryan started to catch me a little bit, and I was thinking, oh no, because I felt my rear tyre dropping off. And then I just thought, come on, I'm in the best position to get my first win. I knuckled down for a few laps and then saw my pit board that I got it back over a second. So over the moon to get my first BSB win. It would have been a long old winter, 7 months off. Without having a win, especially when since round one we've been saying that I've had the pace to have one. So over the moon, and I'm really pleased for the team too.
And equally in the championship, with Glenn not finishing that race, that moves you closer to third. How do you feel about that?
To be fair, coming into the weekend, I didn't just I'm a realist sometimes, and 60 points coming into a weekend. Well, it was 62 points coming into the weekend. It's a big ask. But yeah, no, I've just got, like I said, got my first win. That's 35 points, and and unfortunately for Glenn, he had the crash, and I think it's down to 27 points now. So again, 27 points in 2 races is a big ask, but it's not over till it's over.